And that's when I said, baby, let me love you to the 98 degrees. Come on, heat it up. Let's go heat it up. And we're Liberty Live. Let me get the Liberty link.
Yeah.
Neat. That's never happened before.
I never said that.
Your tone was full of surprise. Let me liggity log on to Twitter. Oh my god, what's with this yellow? Why is Twitter all yellow now?
Twitter's not
What?
yellow. Twitter's not yellow.
It's pretty damn yellow.
Looks the same old boring white and slightly blue that it's always been.
Oh, you don't have the night. You don't have the night extension. Some loser doesn't have the night mode extension. The loser is Kevin, by the way. Just want to make that clear. Yeah. Well, ABC Tom, or sorry, ABCB Tom,
Jesus.
I have news for you. What? What?
Scared the shit out of me. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, ABCBT Tom, I've got news for you. It is if he hasn't blocked me.
Stanley's character is actually the villain of The Reflection. It's actually way more interesting than anything I could have guessed.
Damn it, Jairus! You fucking beat me to it! Are you kidding me? He beat me by 5 seconds! God damn it!
Oh, hi, Jairus. I know that guy.
He beat me by 5 seconds! Are you fucking serious? You piece of shit! Unsubscribe! Top 10 anime betrayals!
You all right? You gonna be okay?
Good thing he doesn't listen to our show.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was cool.
That was good.
That was fun while it lasted.
All right.
That's the way I like to live my life. Everything's gonna be just fine. All right. All right. Let me look at some things. Oh, there's some nice things. All right. What?
Nothing.
All right. One sec. Just gotta look at some things in my life. Everything's gonna be fine.
I still can't believe Vic Mignogna and Stan Lee are going to be in the same anime dub.
It's funny.
I can't believe Stan Lee is going to be in an anime dub.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, he made a manga, didn't he?
Yes, Jennifer, he did. Well, he helped.
Then why would it be odd for you to make
Jen. Let me make jokes. Let me make jokes.
No, your jokes are bad. You should feel bad.
I don't care.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
That's nice. All right. All right, we'll start in a sec. Ready in 3. Oh, sorry, hold on. I forgot something.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. Ready in 3, 2. God damn it. Nail in my throat. All right. 3. Shut the fuck up. We're starting. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin Show. I'm your lovable rascal of a host, Siegfried, and with me, as always, is my Instagram whore co-host, Kevin Faulkner.
I don't even have an Instagram account.
He
Fuck
lies! The lying liar lies!
Fuck you talking? Fuck you, man. Fuck you mean, man?
Oh, we all know you're a secret Instagram whore.
Yeah, no. Instagram's stupid.
Fine,
Dumb.
you're a public Instagram whore. Whatever.
No.
Jeez. He's just jealous his secret's out. Some of us make real money with honest work, and some of us do nutshot on Instagram.
What? The fuck is that?
For the dollars. You know, it's like buy me a coffee, but it's buy me a nutshot instead.
The fuck is a nut shot?
I don't know. What the fuck is a coffee? It's a weird, strange substance we milk out of beans and drink obsessively so we can go to our day jobs and get money so we can buy more coffee to go to our day jobs. The fuck is coffee?
I somehow feel this is a very specific reference to something.
I somehow feel that coffee is the most disgusting thing ever invented by humans. Unless it wasn't invented by humans. You're right. Welcome to the show. So, Kevin, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I recently finished Excel World, which we are going to talk about, I assume.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Like episode 52.
Maybe today. Probably today.
53?
I don't know.
Yeah, something
But,
like that.
recently finished Excel World. Don't know if I'm going to start on either Shinsekai Yori or Death Note next. I'm not sure.
You know what? You might want to do Death Note because I just finished rewatching Death Note.
I guess I'll do that then.
Yeah. Where's my That Was Easy button? Oh, wait. I don't have one. I'm not a cool grandma.
I think I want to say my 10th or 8th grade teacher had one.
My grandma was a secretary for
It was fun.
My grandma was a secretary for our senator, governor, I think senator. And in her very nice official government office, there was just a That Was Easy button, and that was my favorite thing about that building.
Nice.
That was easy. That was easy. Yeah, that was easy. Yep.
And last week I placed a pre-order for an SNES Classic Edition. Walmart.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, I don't have that pre-order anymore.
Yeah. Because you're a big fat fucking loser.
All around me are familiar faces,
Worn out
places. What I want to do is play Star Fox 2. Why does this have to be so hard?
Yar, matey! I think there might be a way.
You know, if Nintendo doesn't fucking release a goddamn Virtual Console version of it after the Super Nintendo Classic, I might just go there.
That's the spirit, laddie. Take to the high seas.
It's like, here's the thing. Nintendo, if you're not going to make your services... Look, I'm a Nintendo whore. I've been a Nintendo whore my whole life.
Yeah, until you recently converted to Instagram whore.
But here's the thing, Nintendo. If you don't make your... But here's the thing, Nintendo. If you don't make your services easily accessible, and if you don't make your games easily accessible, then you know what? The piracy's not on us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a service issue.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're not giving good service.
Yep.
So fuck you.
Yes. As a large
By the way,
what?
By the way, Nintendo, your idea for voice chat on the Switch is fucking terrible.
Yeah. And also, you smell bad. Take a fucking shower, Nintendo.
It's like, it's interesting in theory, but in practice, it's a fucking mess. Just make an actual chat app on the Switch.
Gotta protect those kitties.
And release a headset, like a USB headset for it. It's not that fucking hard.
Gotta protect the kitties from the kitty diddlers. Don't you know that?
Oh.
Rule number one.
Eh.
Rule number one at Nintendo headquarters.
It's like, what's Reggie gonna say at the friggin' next E3 conference? He just comes up on stage, puts his hands together, and just says, "Please stop swearing."
My name means kiss little boys in French. And I'd like you to stop talking to young children. That's why I invented the stupid
Jen,
Switch.
he's talking. He's talking.
Thank you.
Yes, Zeke?
Thank you for assuming my gender, you cis white scum.
It's like, I'm sorry, I don't want two people talking in each ear.
Hi, I'm Reggie Fuzame. My last name means touches small boys in French. I like to introduce the fucking smartphone app so you can't talk to small children. Because that's my job. Reggie Fuzame.
Does his name actually mean that in French?
Yep.
I believe we've been over this.
Yep.
It's just... Okay, whatever.
I'm guessing the hiring agent at the time did not know French. Well, I see nothing wrong with this proposal, Mr. Fuzame.
But, yeah, I've been getting slightly less and less... I've been getting more and more done with Nintendo's crap lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mostly because they just keep making boneheaded fucking decisions.
Exactly.
Like, apparently there's going to be friggin' amiibo-locked content in Samus, in friggin' Metroid Samus Returns, and I'm like, the first decent fucking Metroid game you guys release in, like, what, 10 years? And you're friggin' making fucking amiibo-locked content for it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Just make a game and just release it and just have everything available.
Yep.
To every player without having to say, by the way, spend fucking $17 on this one fucking Metroid amiibo to get a fucking Zero Suit or whatever the fuck.
If you can find it.
It's like, here's the thing. Amiibos are cool and all, but at the same time, Nintendo is using it to just milk more money out of consumers.
Yeah. Gotta fucking trust me. All right. Yeah. Well, that's because at the billboard at Nintendo headquarters, they got the rules. Rule number 1: don't diddle the kittles, and rule number 2: don't give Kevin Faulkner what he wants.
More like, don't give Nintendo players what they want. The fuck you talking about?
Same fucking thing, really. Same fucking thing.
It's like, Nintendo, I love you. I love your games. I love your systems, but come the fuck on.
Yep. Nintendo, I'm apathetic, possibly inebriated. I don't give a fuck about you or your children. You keep being you. I'll just be over here making fun of you on the internet. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents on that important issue.
So what you been up to?
Hold on, I have an incoming message.
Oh, do you? Do you?
Sun friendly. No, do not trust Google unless they tell you to, in which case do it because they will kill you with drones. Anyway, if you'd like to, by the way, if you'd like to be a part of the show or be part of the greater Baka Gaijin show cinematic universe, you can join our Discord server with the link below. Yeah, so clickety-clack that link down below, and you can join our Discord server. Also down below in the description are the videos that we're going to be talking about today, later on in the show. So if you want to watch those, you can do that. Not right now, we're talking. The grown-ups are talking, but later you can do that.
Now, children, sit down and listen.
Let me weave you a tale of mystery and intrigue. Anyway, so lately, I've been watching some stuff. I rewatched Death Note in like a couple of days because it just flies by. Ooh. It was kind of impromptu too. I wasn't actually planning on it, and I was just like, you know what? It's fucking Death Note time. So I did. That was fun.
Ningen sucker, a ningen fucker.
Something along those lines. I'm aware. Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Obligatory.
Yes, of course. I also watched the Battle for Muni special.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
How was it?
Really good. Really good. Really
Well,
good.
we call it a quote unquote movie, but it's just like strung together.
It is, but they all weave together, so it kind of feels that way. But they're like also like very clearly, because it's a movie. If a movie was like, okay, for this 11-minute chunk, we're gonna focus on these characters in this situation, and then for the next 11 minutes, we're gonna focus on different characters in a different place in the same sort of storyline, doing the same thing, doing different things.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of just go, yeah. So like,
that's an interesting way of going about it, actually.
Yeah, it's
that.
It's really nicely divided like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it was really good, and makes me really excited for season 3 because Battle for Muni was great.
Yeah, at the very least, it's not like those friggin' Transformers Prime compilation movies where we had a conversation about this on Discord a couple days ago, but it's not like those Transformers Prime compilation movies where it's just stringing together a multiple part episode arc or whatever, and not even trying to hide the fact that it's just a bunch of episodes strung together in a row.
But what it is like is, what the fuck was Prime's opening called? I forget.
Darkness Rising.
Yeah. It's a lot like Darkness Rising, where it's 5 individual episodes, but it's like it's a strung together arc. You can conceivably put. You can't really do this with any other part of Transformers Prime, but you can put Darkness Rising together as a film. You could do that.
They actually did. I have the DVD right over here.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, that one, I don't know. I watched that one, and it just doesn't really flow like a movie does. Like, it's very obvious where the commercial breaks.
Yeah. But does it flow like what a TV movie flows like?
Not even that.
Not.
Like, it's very clear it was supposed to be digested as multiple episodes, not a movie.
All right.
And I can't imagine.
I'm over here trying to make points, and you're just like, Soriwachigaozo, motherfucker. I'm like, okay. That's fine.
But I can't imagine it would have been any better. In fact, it's probably worse for some of the other compilation movies they did. Like, I think they did one for the Unicron plot between seasons 1 and 2.
Isn't that like 2 episodes?
No, that was like 7 episodes.
Was it? They might be including like lead up stuff that I'm not remembering.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I remember the finale to season 1 was just 2 parts. I think.
Yeah. No, I think it includes like the first, like, it's either the last 4 episodes of season 1 and the first 3 episodes of season 2, or it's the other way around. I'm not sure.
Okay. So like, maybe it includes like the last 2 of season 1. And then like all the Orion Pack stuff at the beginning of 2.
Yeah, it does include the Orion Pax arc. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't, but it does.
It makes more sense why they would include that as part of the movie, but yeah.
That's a really weird movie structure where your main villain is defeated 40 minutes in, and then you spend the rest of the time with Amnesiac Prime.
Seriously. So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't imagine, like, if you were going to make a compilation movie out of any part of Prime, Darkness Rising is probably the best one. Like any other point, and it's just incredibly disjointed.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about this, but compilation movies, for the most part, are pretty unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're just going to do this, why don't I just watch the show again? Because ultimately, I'm just getting a lesser version of what I already saw.
Well, I
think they're only like. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you first.
No, you my nigga. I'm not talking. You talk.
Okay, it's like there are 2 examples I can think of, well, 1.5, where a compilation movie actually worked. The first one is obviously the Mobile Suit Gundam movie trilogy from like the 80s, which Tomino used as a way to streamline the rather drawn out and incredibly slow TV series, and actually redo a number of scenes and aspects of it that he felt like he wasn't able to do properly in the TV series, and also remove some Super Robot aspects that were forced on him by like the toy producers and shit. And the other one is the Gurren Lagann movie, and the other one is the Gurren Lagann compilations, in the way that like the last half of the first compilation movie and the entirety of the second compilation movie, like the first half of the first Gurren Lagann compilation film is pretty much what you would expect, a lesser version of the TV series. Like, they actually blow through like 5 episodes in a friggin' montage.
Yeah.
And it's not really until the last half of the movie that you actually get like an actual upgrade or a significantly different style of telling the original plot of the TV series.
Yeah.
The second movie, however, I think is actually a really good movie, in that I think it does a really good job of, again, just streamlining the original content, adding new material where there wasn't, like, stuff they couldn't do before, or doing certain things in a new and interesting way. And plus, the final fight in the second compilation movie is friggin' phenomenal. Like, I actually prefer the anti-spiral fight in the second movie over the anti-spiral fight in the TV series.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I think about it, you know what Battle for Mutiny reminds me of? It actually reminds me of the last 4, technically 5 episodes of Gravity Falls.
Oh, you mean like
everything from like Versus the Future to
Weird Mageddon?
Yeah.
Which
is that's because Weird Mageddon 3 is double length, so that's technically 4 episodes.
Do you think you could feasibly like create a TV movie out of Weird Mageddon?
I think that was the original plan, actually, because I remember for a long time Hirsch said he either wanted to do 2 seasons in a movie, 3 seasons, or 2 seasons, and they settled on 2 seasons. So I think maybe their movie plan became the end of season 2. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
the only part of that that's weird is that Weird Mageddon Part 2 is so tonally different from the rest of it.
Mostly because it takes place within Mabel's mind.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't make the rules in Mableland. Yes, you did! There's a tapestry on the wall of you literally making the rules!
Oh my god. If you want to hear more of our thoughts about Gravity Falls, go check out All Aboard the Jaundice Bus.
Yeah. It takes even longer. Yeah. In the time it takes us to discuss Gravity Falls in an episode, you could watch that entire thing we just talked about like 3 times.
It's like a freaking 5.5 hour episode we did on that show.
I think it's 4 hours 45 minutes.
Pretty close to 5 hours.
Something like that. Yeah.
Our longest
You're
episode.
A fucking loser who likes rounding up. Rounding up. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, like, so like, as far as the Land of the Rising Sun is concerned, I get why they do compilation movies. It's usually because like a new season's coming out, or a new a new sequel film's coming out, and they're like, "What's an easy way for us to recap general audiences on what they need to know for this film or this new season or whatever, without spending a whole lot of money?" Like, well, let's just cut together a compilation film and throw that in theaters for a week.
I am actually interested in the Code Geass films that they're going to be making.
Yeah.
mostly in the way that R2 was clearly supposed to be done differently than it actually was. So I kind of want to see if they're going to actually do anything different with the R2 material.
I doubt it.
I mean, they
I
could,
doubt it because I doubt it because its purpose, at least I assume, its purpose is to get people reintroduced to Code Geass in preparation for R3 or whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Lelouch the Resurrection.
Yeah. So it wouldn't make sense for them to start like changing radical details of the plot.
Well, not necessarily changing radical details, just pacing it a hell of a lot better. Because let's face it, R2 was fucking rushed.
I don't know if that's the word I would use.
Things are not properly spaced out. Shit, at some point during like the middle stretch of the season, the story just ends up being...
My thing is, I think the beginning of R2 is fine and the ending of R2 is fine. It's just there's a bunch of stuff in the middle that's just like stuff's happening. Eunuchs are going crazy in the background.
I actually don't like the first part either because I feel it takes way too much time just regurgitating plot points from season 1.
You know what? You know what the thing is though? I think it all depends on how much you like Rollo. If you like Rollo like I like Rollo, then the first part's really good. If you don't like Rollo, then it's not as good.
No, I do like Rollo. I just don't like the fact that they kept regurgitating plot points. Because here's the thing. It makes the entirety of the Japanese population look fucking retarded because Nunnally comes in with the exact same Japan Reformation movement that Euphemia had. And you know what happened with Euphemia's Japan Reformation movement? People got fucking slaughtered. But everyone looks at the one. Hold on. Everyone looks at the one Nunnally has going on. It's like, oh, I guess we'll go there and do that. When
no. You're misremembering it. They went to Nunnally's one because that was the Black Knight's plan to smuggle Zero and like a million Japanese out of the country. Nobody would have shown up if the Black Knights didn't tell them to.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that is fair.
Yeah, don't you understand? It was all part of the Master Kikaku.
I don't know.
What's that? Oh, I'm getting a note from the boys in the back. Kikaku apparently means plan.
I didn't know that.
What? Inconceivable.
The guy in the back on this end says he never knew that.
Okay. No, he's bluffing. He can't afford guys in the back.
He's working for Peanuts.
Don't tell him you're working for Peanuts. You don't want him knowing that.
What? What's that? I pay you in dried gel candies? Oh, so much better than peanuts, aren't they? Like those like dried orange slices? Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they say they're great.
But I don't know. Yeah, I just don't really like a lot of the repeat they have going on for the first part of this of R2. It just
I don't mind it because like there's a bunch of other stuff going on too.
I don't know. I feel like they wasted a lot of time just going over shit that we already saw on the
because they changed time slots. They were forced to do that. And I feel, given the fact that they were forced to do that, I think they did a great job with it.
Doesn't mean I can't complain about it. Doesn't mean it's not an issue.
No, you can complain about it. I'll just call you a fucking idiot on the internet. Hey, everyone, Kevin's fucking stupid. Throw apples at him aggressively.
You mean like my anime list commenters? Neat.
Except they don't actually like Code Geass. Yeah, pretty much.
But I do love Code Geass. Don't get me wrong here.
Yeah, I know. You're not a malcommon user.
I just have some issues with it personally.
Yeah.
But it's like I can have problems with a show and still love it. It's called being. It's called not being a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know he's in denial.
Nice.
Nice.
But Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I guess.
I also what else I've been doing? So I was watching something.
Well, you were watching Death Note.
Yeah, I did, and I finished that like a week ago. I've been watching. I noticed it was on Hulu, so I've been watching Sonic Boom finally.
The first season is fine, but the second season is where, like, I think the writers really kind of get into the groove of things.
Yeah, no, it's been okay so far, but
Yeah.
I don't think Hulu has season 2 yet.
They don't, because Cartoon Network sucks.
Yeah. Also, Hulu are losers. Everyone sucks except us. We're cool.
Yeah.
We're cool. We pay our employees in road trip snacks.
What was that? Okay.
I'm not telling you that one.
Damn. Fucking savage.
They're making jokes.
Yeah. And then I also started
Hey, Jenny!
just,
What?
I'm doing these things. It's called jokes. Hold on.
What was
Yeah.
that?
Your jokes are terrible.
Not you.
What was that?
you heard it here. The guys in the back don't like Kevin.
No. They said Jennifer's an idiot.
Oh, okay.
I love you,
What's that?
Jen.
What's that?
Well, my guys also confirmed Jennifer is an idiot. Welcome back to Everybody Hates Jen. No. You ever see those videos where they edit Game of Thrones scenes in the style of Seinfeld episodes?
What? What?
Yeah.
The fuck is? I have no idea what that's. I have no idea what that's supposed to be like. You will have to link it to me later.
Yeah. Right, and then I started the third season of Gumball, which Hulu does have.
Inexplicably.
Yeah. I took a break from it because I knew the voices were getting replaced. Turns out that was pointless because the first episode of season 3 is all about their voices getting replaced. So that was, yeah. Thankfully,
Gotta love show.
go on.
Go.
Oh, I said thankfully the replacement voices are actually pretty close. So
Yeah, I love it when shows do a little bit of like metafiction going on.
Yeah.
Like Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the characters in Sonic Boom will just make asides about the fact that they're actually in a show based on Sonic the Hedgehog. Like
I love the just a reference in the writing for Sonic Boom where it's like, okay, Eggman, game's over. Turn off the Doomsday device. Why would I put an off button on a Doomsday device? Good point. You make a fair point. Tails, we got a problem. There's no off button on the Doomsday device. Like, yeah, who would put an off button on a Doomsday device?
I saw one where it's just like, hey Knuckles, you like nature, right? Yeah, that's what it says in my character description.
Oh.
You haven't paid your bills yet, Knuckles. You're a little short. That's not what the fans say. These are actual quotes.
Yep. That's been fine. That's been fine. And then Gumball just gets progressively better as you go on, and it's great. Right. All right, so that's kind of what we've been doing lately.
Yeah. I've also been watching this anime called Magical Circle Guru Guru,
Right.
which is based on this like old 90s manga series. It's a cute show.
All right.
Like if you're not a fan of manzai humor, it might not appeal to you very much.
Right.
But if you're tolerant,
Can you explain what manzai humor is for culturally ignorant assholes?
Google it.
No, I'm asking you. I'm the culturally ignorant asshole.
Oh. Google it.
Fuck you. You know what? We'll be back after the break.
No. It's kind of like a Japanese. It's a Japanese take on the whole, like the idiot and the straight man.
Oh, you mean like a bokeh and Tsukiyomi thing?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's actually the very basics of manzai humor.
Yeah. I think I just didn't know the umbrella term.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we've been doing. We'll catch you
Yeah.
after the break.
All right.
We shall see you then. Stay tuned.
Oh, I'm gonna feed my dog.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
Yo, BRB!
Hey Max, are you hungry? Come on. Your food's not today.
Your dog's not the smartest.
Yeah. Not the smartest, no.
No, not the smartest of dogs.
He's not the smartest of muffins. But he is a pretty cute little muffin.
I adore this little.
What moron. Fridge inside so we need to wash. And put them together.
Said fridge insides.
Yeah. Do it later. Maybe when it's not oppressive.
It is oppressive.
Hell, I'm being repressed.
What's the weather? Fuck the weather. Oh, it's close to the bedroom.
It's late in the day. We're past the high, so it's not really going to do much. You're not the one who has to go out there to take your dog out.
Oh, fine. Story I'm surprised. Let's dance all night. We're gonna dance all night to this DJ. Gonna dance all night to this DJ.
What's that? Cat outside? You're never seeing that?
This is true.
What up, my fellow black people?
They come back covered in friggin' leaves and dirt.
And pregnant.
Remember
Not
to spay.
covered in pregnant. They just are pregnant.
Remember to spay and neuter your cats.
Or release them into the wild.
Do not release your cats into the wild. No.
Sugar. Like,
Yeah. Oh. Should get to working on that. All right.
left in there.
Maxwell. On that side, come on.
Mhm.
Come on. Let's make sure you can follow the face out.
Uh-huh.
Be right back, Zeke.
Sure you will. He's gonna fuck his dog. You heard it here first. So if you hear any suspicious barking in the background, like he's fucking his dog, Sarah Silverman style. Well, actually, not exactly Sarah Silverman style because Sarah Silverman lacks a penis, but same basic principle. By the way, Sarah Silverman fucked her dog. Look it up; it's true. It happened in like 2007. I'm gonna drink a Diet Pepsi because it's all we fucking buy around here. Ah. Ooh. Yeah. Let's get it pumped up. Let's check the internet for various internet things. Oh, come on. That's just stupid. That's I'm going to reblog that, and Kevin's going to reblog that, and he's going to think it's so funny. I'm like, yeah, I thought you would, you fucking loser. Yep. Oh, that sucks. Fucking badass bad cat. That's a bad cat sitting on that cake. I forgot about that transparent. That's the greatest transparent of all time. I'm going to post it in the image dump in a second. You can look at the image dump if you join our Discord server with the link below.
Go take a drink. Go in. Next. Come on. There you go. And I am back.
Cool.
See, that didn't take too long.
I typed transparent and my phone auto-corrected that to TeamSpeak. I'm like, what the fuck?
How often do you use TeamSpeak?
Nowadays, none. If it's like 2011, all the time.
That's kind of a big. It's kind of a big gap there.
Yeah,
That's 6 years.
yeah. Phone person. Anyway,
Phonerino. Please feel free to kill me for that one.
you heard that here, folks. Open invitation to assassinate Kevin. Nobody will miss him when he's gone.
Everyone's going to be like, Kevin, who was that?
Yep.
Well, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right.
Jesus.
That was part burp and part scream from the existential crisis I'm going through.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. Oh my
Been
God!
there.
Oh, what is my purpose? Anyway, or some bullshit like that. I posted a transparent in the image dump that Tumblr made.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. The fuck, Tumblr? Why can't you use your talents for good?
I don't know. If there's one thing I like about Tumblr, it's their use of soft pink. Just one.
Okay. All right. I guess I can get behind that.
Hey, I mean, yo.
If there's one thing I like about Bed Bath & Beyond, it's their lavender bath soap. It's my favorite bath bombs.
I've never been to Bed Bath & Beyond.
You've never been to Bed Bath & Beyond?
Well, okay, I have, but I never bought anything from there. It was mostly just
Nobody buys anything from Bed Bath & Beyond.
It was either my sister or my cousin dragging me in there, and I was just like, man, that's a lot of soap.
Look, Kev.
Oh my god, yes. Man, there's a lot of soap.
Look, Kevin, can I drop some knowledge on you?
What?
Nobody has ever bought anything at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Talk to my sister and my cousin.
The only reason people go to Bed Bath & Beyond is so that they can fall asleep on the fucking test beds and get a magical remote from Christopher Walken that lets them fast forward through their life. That's the only reason anyone goes to Bed Bath & Beyond. To get a magical fucking remote from Christopher Walken, who may or may not be an angel of death.
Topical click references on Baka Gaijin show.
It's a decent movie.
It is.
Yeah. Fuck you, 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. 6.4.
It's entirely above average for Adam Sandler.
Exactly. 6.4 on IMDb. That's about right. I like that the IMDb score is literally double the Rotten Tomatoes score.
It's perfect.
Anyway. Remember the part where he paused time and pretended to take a shit in his boss's lunch? And he just let out a massive fart? That's so relatable. If I had a douchey boss and I could stop time, I'd do the same thing. Relatableness. Anyway.
Remember that part of the movie where he rewound time into his mother's vagina?
Yes. Remember that time?
It makes sense in context, I swear.
Remember the time where he went fast forward in time and he was all fat and it was horrible CGI? That's relatable. Sometimes I also feel like I'm made of horrible CGI.
But then it...
Remember that time where he played with the color contrast settings and he became the Hulk in his car window?
Okay.
All right. You ready? I said, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show. Whoa, 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 whoa. We are back, baby. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alibaba.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That sound effect we just made?
What?
Have you seen the Nigahiga music video Millennial Love?
I don't think I have, no.
It's like a song. It's like a traditional country love song, but with like millennial things. But it's like surprisingly heartfelt. About like you could tell like the intention is like the way we express love changes through the decades, but the feelings are the same and shit like that. Anyway, there's at one point where he's like, we went to the concert and watched Skrillex perform, and he went like wub 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 wub. And they just start going wub back and forth.
That's indeed Skrillex.
He is a talented man.
It just reminds me that Deadmau5 is inexplicably in Goat Simulator.
You know what I'm you know what I remember now? I remember there was a Tobuscus video where like Deadmau5 and Tobuscus were like in a go-kart race together.
Huh.
Yeah. I was watching a bunch of old Tobuscus rants.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one is the allergy one because he points out how stupid allergies are. He's like, your body will just die if you eat peanuts. Why, body? They're just peanuts. Suck it up. You should just be able to show your body a list of things that will kill you and a list of things that are okay to eat, and peanuts will be on that list.
Hold on.
What? What was that? You don't like? Okay.
He doesn't. The guy in the back doesn't like that rant because peanuts is his form of sustenance. It's his sole form of sustenance.
Bodies. If you don't want us to eat antifreeze, why do you make it taste so good? Just reprogram everything. Water should taste amazing. Make dew from a mountain taste like Mountain Dew. I love it.
Sounds amazing.
I love his password rant, where he's pretending to be the head of Wells Fargo, changing the password system. He's like, who the fuck was complaining about this? My username is username, and my password was password, and I got hacked and lost $1 million. And he's pretending to be the president of Wells Fargo. He's like, oh shit, we better change our security system. Let's make them specify what kind of granny apple they like. Ones that are green or ones that are blue mixed with yellow. It just shows 2 images of a Granny Smith. Oh, it's great.
Same fucking thing. It's great.
Why don't you let me be in charge of how secure my password is? Anyway. Yeah, he was funny. Remember when he did stuff?
Yeah.
Actually, I say that, but he put out a music video like a week ago.
A week ago. Like,
Yeah.
what did you do before that?
I don't. Sometimes the occasional vlog.
Yeah.
He did a Sound of Silence parody where he's just singing about how silence doesn't make any sound and the song is stupid.
I mean, yeah.
He makes the kind of songs that people think about making but don't actually make. You know, the kind of thing where you're like, hey, that'd be a funny parody song if I were to make that. Nah, it's probably too stupid. He does it anyway, and it's usually good. I was like, okay,
There's nothing too stupid for Tobuscus.
exactly. Anyway, remember his sign off was putting his thumb against the camera and going redness, blackness, whiteness, because it would go red and then black, and then he'd take off his thumb and everything would be a flash of white.
Nice.
He made a sign off of touching a camera lens.
Hey, if it works, if you can make it work.
Yeah. Anyway, so our first topic today is going to be one of the videos listed below in the description. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the Netflix and Amazon one or the Christina Miller one?
Let's start with Netflix and Amazon because I think I got more mileage for the Cartoon Network one.
All right. Okay, so Netflix and Amazon.
The fuck?
The fuck, guys!
Okay.
So anyway, the video that we linked is from the Pedantic Romantic that I saw on Reddit, and he goes on about the various strategies of Amazon anime strike and Netflix in comparison to like traditional models like Crunchyroll and stuff. And so I watched it twice. I didn't quite understand the Amazon pricing scheme. It's $5 a month if you have Prime, but like $8.25 a month if you don't?
No, it's $8.25 is what the normal yearly Prime membership would be divided up monthly.
Right.
So it's $8.25 a month plus an extra $5 for Anime Strike.
Right. So that's bullshit because I almost feel like if you're a Prime member, you should just get Anime Strike.
You should. Like, it should just come with the service.
Yeah.
But no, you're forcing people to double up on their payments just to get one service that has like less than 100 shows.
I guess if you're already a Prime member, and a lot of people are, then I guess to you would be like, oh, it's just $5 a month or whatever. But if you're not already a Prime member, then it is a lot of money. It
is. Because here's the thing. Crunchyroll has like probably at this point over 1,000 shows on their service.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is pay $7 a month for all of it. Plus watching Anime Weekly. as it comes out.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about Amazon doubling up their service, friggin' doubling up their subscriptions by forcing you to pay for one subscription just to get another subscription is complete bullshit. Because other services have shown just make that service either part of the larger service or make it a completely separate service.
Yeah.
Don't try to find a middle ground there, because the middle ground doesn't work.
Yeah. And like Anime Strike isn't part of Amazon Video, right? Like that's an entirely separate payment.
I believe Amazon Video comes with Amazon Prime.
Okay, but not Anime Strike. No, Anime Fans.
Not
is
Anime
special.
Strike. No, yeah.
Let's
You
make them
can't-
pay for the. Let's make them pay for the service of less content than our base service.
You can't just get a 30-day Amazon Prime membership and try Anime Strike. No, you have to specifically pay for Anime Strike, no matter what. There's no way to sample the content from that service.
This is like it's so dumb because it's like I'm willing to bet there's a lot. I'm willing to bet there's a lot more content on just Amazon Video, and that's free with Prime, but this isn't.
Exactly. And here's the thing: every other, like with the exception of like Netflix, which we'll get into. With the exception of Netflix, every other major streaming service on the internet has a free option.
Yeah.
Daisuke has a free option. Funimation has a free option. Crunchyroll has a free option. Friggin' Hulu has split off their free option to a different website. I believe like Yahoo View or something.
Yeah.
Every single site has a free option.
Oh, that's cute. Yahoo's trying to be relevant.
So I don't know why it is such a fucking
Remember? No. Remember when Yahoo bought Dig right before Reddit became popular?
Oh, Dig's not a thing anymore.
No. It sucks to be Yahoo.
They bought Tumblr for $1 billion.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. It's actually a running joke on Tumblr. It's like Yahoo paid $1.2 billion for this.
Cubator the Third on the Discord server, which you can join with the link below, says it's part of their Amazon channel service, which is a poor man's Sling TV. If you're okay, I find that so funny. The term "poor man's Sling TV." That's the most horrible insult I could think of to call a service. You're the poor man's Sling TV.
It's pretty bad.
Remember when fucking Table Flip was exclusive to Sling TV and everyone hated it?
Didn't Ross actually like quit Table Flip specifically because of the fact that, due to the fact that it was a Sling partnership, his family in Australia couldn't watch it?
Yeah. Something like that.
Which is like understandable,
Yeah.
but yeah. Luckily they backed out of that one fucking quick.
Yeah. Do they even do Table Flip anymore?
I think they do it every now and then now.
Yeah, because I know it's not on Polaris because they left Polaris. So
I think they only do. I think for the most part, they focus on doing either Doodle. They focus on doing Doodle Dudes, whatever their podcast series is, and the main series, and like every week, other week or something, you get a Game Grumps animated.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, I heard you like paywalls, so we put a paywall on your paywall, says Cube the Third.
I am your character arc. I am your wife.
I love it. I watch that like every other day. It's amazing.
I am your wife.
I'm more a fan of the recent Game Grumps animated, where it's Dan going on about how the last 2 times he went to the Ren Fair, his girlfriend broke up with him less than a week later.
Wow.
He's like, "What the fuck? What's up with the Ren Fair, dude?"
Yeah. I think you've discovered a bad dating strategy. Renaissance fairs.
Do not take women to the Ren Fair.
Check.
But the whole thing with Amazon Prime is understandably frustrating because it's a problem that's twofold.
Yeah.
It's a subscription service on top of a subscription service, and there's no free option when every other service has a free option.
Yeah. And then the video also goes into the fact that they very annoyingly pick out just some select interesting titles.
They pick out the big shows of the season.
Yeah.
Let's not pussyfoot here. They pick out the big shows of the season because they know Crunchyroll would get it, and Crunchyroll's the big service to beat.
Yeah.
There's no other reason why they do shit like getting Made in Abyss.
You know what? People have been talking about Made in Abyss. I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting.
Oh, absolutely. But unfortunately, I can't watch it because I don't have a Prime membership and I don't
No,
have anime.
I watched that video and he showed the clip of Made in Abyss. I'm like, oh, this looks interesting.
Too bad I can't watch it.
Yeah, fuck that idea.
This is why people.
You know what? Purpose. I know that.
I'm going to bring it up again later when we talk Netflix, but this is why people go for piracy.
This is why we take to the high seas.
And you know what? This is the problem with too much competition because you have because you have different services trying to undercut every other service.
Yeah.
And anime fans are stuck. It's like, well, shit, I have to fucking pick and choose now.
Yeah. Are they aware that their primary demographic is starving college students?
Exactly.
Sometimes I wonder.
I only have two anime subscriptions, Crunchyroll and High Dive, and I have High Dive because it's $4.
Wait, Recreators is on strike? I thought I saw Recreators on Crunchyroll.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's Anime Strike.
I swear I saw it on Crunchyroll.
But
somebody look that up because I'm not going to. I mean, I might. I'll flip a coin. Anyway.
Good thing I have my tablet here.
He's got his tablet. Hallelujah. He's got his tablet. Also, Cube, you don't have to constantly tag us. I'm looking at the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now.
Yeah, Recreators is not on there.
I swear it was. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of.
You're probably thinking of ReZero.
I was not thinking of ReZero. Stop confusing me with those filthy casuals, Kevin. I can tell the fucking difference. I know my Rees.
Normies.
I think nobody's. Well, I think Max is home, but everyone else.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. I'm not dying.
What he asked?
No, I was just preemptively answering the question. I knew it was coming.
It's just you're just minding your own business downstairs, like making a sandwich or some shit, and then suddenly you hear that, and he's just looking up. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah. Something like that.
The fuck is that?
Fuck is this? The fuck is that? Who are you people?
But that's the problem with Amazon. But the pedantic romantic goes on to actually say that Netflix is a bigger issue, and
I kind of disagree, but whatever.
It's not necessarily a bigger issue.
Here's my thing. As said, starving college student, my money is more valuable than my time. Like, if all I have to do is wait, that's really annoying, but I can do that.
Yeah, and
if I have to pay $100 for Prime and whatever, that's a bigger wall to me.
Yeah, here's the thing. He points out in his video that half of all adults in the United States have Netflix.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty wide net.
Yeah.
Most people have a lot of people have Netflix. So
okay.
The seasonal wait is not necessarily a bigger. It's not a bigger problem because the normal, like, what is it, $7-8 a month?
Yeah.
And then you have to wait. And in the meantime, there's a shitload of other content on there that's not anime related you can watch. Here's the thing. Netflix is only getting a couple of shows to just kind of dip their toes into it. They get stuff like Little Witch Academia. They have Gaijin Demi-Human. They have...
He specifically pointed out Fate Apocrypha and the fucking gambling show, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, they got Fate Apocrypha. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if the worst thing you have to do is pay $7 a month and wait, then that's not necessarily as much of a problem as having to almost double the amount of money, over double the amount of money you pay just for one small service that has a couple of shows on there that you want. Exactly. Exactly. Amazon strike is a bigger issue than Netflix. I think the Botanic Romantic puts way too much. I think he puts way too much importance on watching things weekly.
You know what? I think it is. I think he's someone who already had Prime, so it wasn't a huge deal for him. That's what I think.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And like I
agree with you. My money is more important, is more valuable than my time.
Yeah.
So if I just have to wait, I'm fine with that. I waited for Little Witch Academia, and then I went through all that, and then I went through the 13 episodes they had in 2-3 days.
Yeah.
And I was fine with it.
Huh.
I would have preferred it. Admittedly, I would prefer if I could watch this shit weekly.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's only that would be nice.
Yeah.
Not necessarily this is a deal breaker.
Also, you do get a dub for waiting, so
that's true. That is a big plus.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's another thing he brings up in the video. They generally release their stuff on their service in bulk with a dub because they're trying to go for a more mainstream audience.
Well, it's just that their business model is based on binge viewing. That's how they get their statistics. That's how they get their data and all that. So they want you to binge watch. They don't want you to come back weekly.
Yeah.
It's just a different business model. And so I don't think we're gonna see a weekly subbed option from them anytime soon, just because that's just not their business model.
Yeah.
And that sucks, but
they're not necessarily locking it behind. They're not locking it behind a paywall like Amazon is.
You know what I wish they would do? You know what I wish they would do though? That and I know this was a different issue because it was I think at one point because it was an Aniplex series, but I wish they would do what they did with Seven Deadly Sins, where that was simulcast weekly, and then Netflix picked it up for a dub later. Now, admittedly, that process took forever, but at least I got to watch it weekly.
Yeah, I think that actually would be a really good. That would be a good route to go down. Have the simulcast rights for Crunchyroll, have the bulk dub streaming rights for Netflix, and then give home video rights to whoever bids the highest.
Because I have a feeling that the people they're targeting with these binge watch dub releases are not the same people who would watch it weekly. So you're almost doubling up in that case if you partner with them.
Yeah,
so I think that's a much smarter way to do that.
Yeah. Again, I think the Botanic Romantic puts way too much onto the whole watching weekly thing. And he's an anime YouTuber.
Staying relevant is kind of his thing. So,
but admittedly, the wait is another reason why people turn to piracy easily.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to pretend like it's not a problem, but it's nowhere near the problem he's making it out to be.
Yeah.
It is an issue. It is something that people turn to piracy over, and it is something that would be nice if they could change or do something differently about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not as much of a deal breaker as Amazon strikes issues.
Yeah. I think he just gets up on Netflix because to him it just seems so backwards when he says Netflix is living in a fucking fantasy world where it's a decade and a half ago. I'm like, well, a decade and a half ago, you would have taken a lot longer to get this stuff.
Yeah, you would have waited friggin' a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. A decade and a half ago,
you would have waited a year and a half to get overpriced single DVDs.
That's what I was. Yeah, Mr. Romantic doesn't quite understand this concept. I'm gonna call him Mr. Romantic from now on.
I came into the whole anime fandom thing during the end of the singles era, Yeah. And I actually was able to see like some of the ridiculous shit. You know what? Let me just go over here. To my single back of this DVD.
Yeah.
Because I have a Funimation catalog in here. Like you would pay like Trinity Blood, Volume 4, $30.
Case
Case
to pay
Closed.
for Trinity Blood.
Case Closed, Volume 2.2, $30. Friggin' Negima, Magic and the Dark Arts, Volume 6, Limited Edition, $35. Like, friggin' Kodacha box set 1, $80.
Wait a minute, they licensed Detective Conan?
Funimation? Yeah, they dubbed a good like 90-something episodes in a few movies.
Are they still doing that?
No, they're not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That
sounds kind when you said that, I was like, that sounds like a Sergeant Frog situation where they just took a couple episodes and just gagged up them.
Yeah. It's just
yeah. Because here's the thing: if you only watched the Funimation release of Sergeant Frog, you may not know that Sergeant Frog actually has like 400 episodes.
Yeah, Funimation only did like the first 52.
Yeah.
I think you're probably thinking more of, well, the Case Closed thing wasn't necessarily a gag dub. Yeah. It just had a shitload of Americanized names and shit.
Right.
For no other reason than the creator Gosho Aoyama thought that Americans were too stupid to understand Japanese names.
You get along with the guys at 4K Media.
Please, for the love of God, Detective Conan would not work under 4K Media's censorship policy.
Oh my God, let's make that happen. It's perfect. It's a match made in heaven.
Yes, let's take a murder mystery series and dub it the way that they dub a series where they give it a space ambulance. That's brilliant.
Please, 4K Media, if you're watching, please license Detective Conan. Please. I want to see that.
But yeah, let's pretend that these episodes are like $30 a piece for 3 episodes. You're paying about $120 for 12 episodes.
Suck on that, Mr. Romantic. P-romantic. Pro-mantic.
So yeah, it's not as bad as you're making it out to be, dude.
Yeah.
The whole Netflix situation is just a delay.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a delay that does present a problem, but it's not as big of a problem as you're making it out to be. And I feel that trying to exaggerate the problem, saying it's just like we've gone back 10 years and shit, is not really helping anything.
You know, I think it's just like the R anime, the Mal sort of the sort of mindset of because those people, I feel like there's a large section of the anime community in Mal and R anime in places that like they don't actually binge stuff or like watch stuff after it's finished. They only like watch stuff as it airs. So to them, it's almost like if they can't watch it as it airs and they can't complain about it on Mal, then they may as well have missed it.
I suppose so. He does bring up the issue of with the binge method, you do miss out on like the weekly hype train and discussions and shit like that.
Didn't he also say that he also made that point that we made forever ago about how weekly viewing isn't always the best thing anyway?
Yeah, some shows really do benefit from watching them in chunks. Yeah. Probably a good example that I can think of is Hunter x Hunter, especially Chimera Ant.
Oh yeah,
because watching Chimera Ant weekly can be a chore. Watching it, I watched Chimera Ant over the course of a few days, and I was much more easily able to digest it and understand it and keep track of it than I would have watching it week to week.
I watched it over the course of 61 weeks.
You poor bastard.
Well, I mean, I already knew it happened.
Well, to be fair, Toonami crew, you're in for a ride.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But just strap in for the next year and a half. You're gonna have some problems.
Well, they're only on Greed Island now.
True. Like, doesn't Greed Island start tonight?
Technically, it started like a week ago, but I mean, like the
tonight,
actual getting into Greed Island, I think
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to that. So, because Bisky's like my favorite character aside from Killua.
You fucking faggot.
Oh, watch.
Nah.
Plus,
That's
Bisky's apparently being voiced by Tara Sands, so I want to see what she's going to do with the character.
Anyway, so there's another video we're discussing.
Yeah.
That's located below as well. Christina Miller ruining, destroying Cartoon Network.
In a way, like, you explain the basic argument of the video, because I got some things to say on this one. Ooh.
The basic argument of the video is that ever since Christina Miller took control of Cartoon Network, what, 3 years ago now?
Yeah, post Stuart Snyder, for the record.
Snyder.
Mind you, Stuart Snyder's the guy who thought that Cartoon Network was done with cartoons and made CN real. So there's your perspective here.
Yeah. So ever since she took over, the network has grown kind of stale in terms of new content, and they only air like 4 or 5 shows. He didn't specify what those 4 or 5 shows are. I can guess. I don't have cable anymore.
I should point out, just to give a little bit of an example, this week all they're airing is Teen Titans Go and OKKO. All this week. That's it.
This video was made before OKKO premiered, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess the 5 shows he was talking about were Teen Titans Go, Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I want to say SU, but he said they barely air that. So
yeah. So
hold on. Uncle Grandpa, are they still doing that?
Yeah.
Right,
maybe
then,
Mighty Magiswords.
Yeah, maybe. And then I think maybe We Bear Bears.
No. Gumball.
Oh, Gumball. Yeah, Gumball.
Yeah. They don't air We Bear Bears very much. We Bear
I
Bears.
was going to say that sounded stupid as soon as I said it.
Yeah, We Bear Bears and Steven Universe have just fallen into the what the fuck is that hole?
Yeah. They've fallen into the We Air Code Lyoko at 6 a.m. on Sundays.
Yeah. I don't even know if We Bear Bears is still going. Is it? I'm not sure. I know Steven Universe is still going because no one can shut the fuck up about it.
Hold on, I'll look up if We Bear Bears is still going. If you want to continue the thing.
But yeah, this guy makes an excellent point in that. What was it, Christina Miller? Yeah. In that Christina Miller is kind of strangling the main Cartoon Network channel slowly, because she's putting too much focus onto the most recent absolute biggest hit shows on the network, with the exception of Steven Universe. And she's just running the exact same shit over and over, she's going the SpongeBob Fairly Odd Parents route of finding like 1 or 2 shows that she can just run over and over into the ground because there's so many episodes and people can just tune in, watch a few episodes, get out. And
question, how often are they airing their shitty Powerpuff Girls reboot?
I don't think they're airing that. I think they pushed it really heavily for 1 season, but it ended up absolutely tanking. Like, I think it got like 500,000 views on average.
Okay, so the We Bear Bears thing. They're in their 3rd season. They aired half of it in April, and they're airing the second part of season 3 in August. So it's still going on. Yeah.
Jesus, that is a huge gap. Ugh.
Yeah,
but
sorry to the We Bear Bears fans out there.
It just kind of showcases the issue with her approach to it. She's just taking a couple of shows, and You talk. I need to formulate it.
Okay, so they blew. I'm just looking at these We Bear Bear dates, and they blew through the first half of season 3. Like from April 3rd, they aired like a new one almost every day or two from like April 3rd to the 26th.
Yeah,
and then I guess they just took it off the air entirely after they did that. It's almost like they're just obligated to air the new whatever, and then they just stop airing it regularly.
Yeah. I think the only reason they probably show Mighty Magiswords relatively often, this is just my guess, is because it's a show with an opening song by Dan Avidan, and Aaron Hansen is a reoccurring character. So they're trying to get the young hip internet crowd.
I don't know if Christina Miller is hip enough to that.
Well, he does point out that she's trying to. I disagree with this.
Yeah.
He points out that Cartoon Network that Christina Miller might be trying to focus more on Cartoon Network's online components.
Yeah.
Like the streaming app and stuff like that. But I really don't see that kind of push. Because he says there's a push for that, but I never saw him really expand on what that push was, or why they were going that route, or how they were pushing for it.
Right.
All he said was she's pushing for the internet, and just kind of left that alone. I'm like, please elaborate on that, because I don't see shit. Now, what I do see, and he does bring this up, is that she's focusing more on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And I understand why she would be focusing more on Adult Swim. Adult Swim has stuff like Robot Chicken, it has Rick and Morty, it has Toonami, stuff that is a couple of shows that are like, I'm pretty sure Robot Chicken is pretty cheap to produce.
Yeah.
And Rick and Morty's
Rick and Morty's probably a fair chunk of change, but they don't produce a lot of it, so.
Yeah. So Rick and Morty, I think, is like an economic show, I suppose. And
it's kind of like what the Boondocks was, where Boondocks probably cost a lot, but they made it so sporadically that whatever.
Yeah, and Toonami is mostly acquired programming, as well as a couple of original and co-produced shows. Like Samurai Jack was an original show, and Fooly Cooly 2 and 3 is going to be a co-production.
Yeah,
and due to the fact that it's a co-production, it's still not that much money going into it that like it would be for like a completely original product. I think the reason why they went with Samurai Jack is because, it's the 5th season of Samurai Jack. It's only 10 episodes, and it's not like it's going to be, completely ongoing and shit. It's a one and done deal. So that was considered more doable than... You still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
It was considered more doable than like a longer running show like, say, Steven Universe or We Bear Bears.
Yeah, and he points out that there's just a huge lack of diversity on the channel now.
There absolutely is. Stuart Snyder, say what you want about the guy, but he points this out in the video. He brought back Cartoon Planet as a small block to re-air old content like Johnny Bravo, the original Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory. Like, that was a good way of exposing the current audience for Cartoon Network to those older programs and keeping those older programs in circulation. Nowadays, the only place you can actually watch most of these programs is on Hulu.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, Hulu has all of the original Ben 10, plus both of the TV movies. Ben 10 Omniverse.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing, is that they have the original and they have Omniverse. They don't have Alien Force or Ultimate Alien. So that's really annoying.
It's just an enormous gap there. Like, you can just go from the original Ben 10 and straight to Omniverse, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? There is actually continuity for Ben 10.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's like if that's a rights thing. Like, if it was like some other studio that's like not cooperating or something.
Yeah.
Because that was like a different production with Dwayne McDuffie and them, and like.
Yeah. Locke brings up something here. Locke brings up something here. Remember when Adult Swim didn't start at 8 p.m. Eastern? Let me talk about that one for a second, because...
Didn't it used to start at 10?
It used to. Let me talk about that one for a second. because this is something that I've noticed, particularly with Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Adults, Christina Miller is trying to push early hour Adult Swim as sort of a crossover area.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Help me understand. So Toonami starts at what, 11:30 or midnight?
As of tonight, it starts at 11.
Okay, so what are they airing between 8 and 11?
I think between 8 and 11, they're airing. Jesus, let me see if I can remember this. Dragon Ball Super airs at 8:30, I want to say.
It does? So that's not part of Toonami anymore?
No. What Toonami is doing with Dragon Ball Super is that they air a premiere episode at 8:30, and then they run that episode again during actual Toonami hours. Like they've been doing this for the entire time they've been airing Dragon Ball Super. But I've really seen, weird. But that's a small bit of a, and I think they air like Family Guy or something.
Okay, so I'm looking at their schedule for tonight. 8 o'clock, Dragon Ball Super. 8:38, Dragon Ball Super. 9 and 9:30 is Rick and Morty. 10 and 10:30 is Family Guy, and then Toonami starts.
Yeah, they're not really airing any TV MA rated content until Toonami.
Yeah,
or around the 11 o'clock hour when most kids are going to be in bed. So I kind of get the feeling that Christina Miller is trying to make the early hour Adult Swim hours, like 8 to 11, sort of like a crossover period where kids can watch a little bit of it, and then it goes into like teenagers can watch like.
You sure? Because that sounds weird to me. Because like, here's an hour of Dragon Ball Super, and then here's Rick and Morty.
That is a bit of a jump.
Yeah,
but Rick and Morty, as far as I'm aware, doesn't really go above a TV 14, although it's a very strong TV 14. It's a strong TV 14.
Yeah, it's a strong TV 14, but it's a strong TV 14 that's airing at 9 p.m. right after Dragon Ball Super. Like, your crossover theory is not holding up here.
I suppose it's just me spitballing.
Like, if it went into Family Guy, I guess, but it's the other way around. It
is still clear that they're trying to air Dragon Ball Super at an earlier hour to try and. This might be a mandate from Toei.
Might be. I find it weird. I find it weird because when I was a kid, I remember like 8:30. That was like new episode premiere time for the daytime shows.
Yeah, like
tune in Monday or tune in Monday or Thursday for a new episode of whatever, like 8:30. Sometimes even 9. Sometimes it was 9. Like I remember fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, like watch a new episode of Camp Lazlo Sunday at 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, like. Now it's actual Adult Swim, just not Adult Swim, but it's Adult Swim.
I don't know. The whole crossover theory was just me spitballing, so yeah. I'm just gonna come out and say that I wasn't actually like pursuing it as like a genuine theory.
Yeah.
But it is very clear that she is putting more of an emphasis on Adult Swim because Adult Swim just has a lot better programming. Let's just come out there and it has a lot better programming. It's more varied. It's not running a couple of shows into the ground. And you have Toonami, which has a shitload of variety on it. It's like the go-to anime block on TV right now.
Yeah.
I think the only other anime block we have on TV right now is on Disney XD, and that's strictly kids stuff. Like strictly Doraemon and
Newly Pokemon.
Yokai Watch and Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh man, remember when Pokemon was on Cartoon Network? Not anymore.
Yeah. It's like they stopped caring.
Yeah, almost. Also, this is just me, but this just looks wrong to me because they have 2 episodes of Rick and Morty at 9 and 9:30, and then they're airing Rick and Morty again at 4 in the morning, but it's the same 2 episodes. Like, change it up a little.
Yeah.
Change it up a little.
I do wish they would do more with their classic material, because here's the thing: Boomerang was created for them to re-air this like older original content.
Yeah.
And for a long ass time, that's actually what they did. They had stuff like Boomer Action, where they would show like Justice League Unlimited. I think they aired Batman Beyond at one point.
Yeah.
They would air stuff like Super Friends during that time. Like basically anything that could be classified an action show. Voltron, like the original Voltron, they aired that during Boomer Action. And during the regular hours, they would air a combination of their original material, like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, as well as acquired like Hanna-Barbera programming, like Huckleberry Hound and Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's basically just the Cartoon Network rerun channel.
Yeah.
And Cartoon Network itself is the Cartoon Network rerun channel. So it's basically Cartoon Network 1 and Cartoon Network 2.
Yep.
And all of the shows, and some of the shows, like their acquired programming, like Sonic Boom, is pushed onto Boomerang.
Yeah, because that's old.
Exactly. The entire point about Boomerang was its original slogan, "It's all coming back to you." It's a nostalgia channel. A channel for older material. Boomerang now is just here's what we don't care about.
Yeah.
It's
I remember when they used to like. I remember when they used to like.
to the channel.
I remember when they used to like cycle new shit in there. Like they would cycle like the original Teen Titans in there after a while.
Oh yeah, like I remember watching a few episodes of like classic Teen Titans on there. Yeah, like Boomerang. You know what? The Stuart Snyder era wasn't that bad. You had one shit year, and they learned from it.
Yeah.
And now we have the friggin' Miller era, and it's garbage.
It is garbage.
It's like, yeah, a lot of people blame Stuart Snyder for seeing real. A lot of them blame him for the cancellation of Toonami. A lot of them blame him for the lack of new content for like an entire year and the shunting of old programming.
Yeah.
But you know what? After the CN Real thing, there was a big push for new programming.
Mm-hmm.
We had stuff like we had like really good acquired programming like Secret Saturdays and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. You had a lot of original content. You had Chowder. You had Adventure Time. Like Adventure Time was like one of the big shows that they pushed during the rebound from CN Real.
Yeah.
Because Adventure Time was a short that aired on Nicktoons Network a couple times that people were like really, really big into, and Nickelodeon refused to pick it up for a full show.
Yeah.
Because they felt it like wouldn't work with their programming or whatever, or they felt like it didn't have mass market appeal. Joke's on you. And now Adventure Time, a show that was like their darling for years,
Yep.
is basically gone from the network aside from a few occasional airings. It's mostly just them pushing cheap acquired programming like Teen Titans Go. And
Is that acquired? I swear that's like made by them.
I believe it's produced by Warner Animation. Yeah.
They have
So
it listed under. Yeah, it's under acquired.
Yeah. If it were an original show, it would be a Cartoon Network Studios show.
Yeah,
But Teen Titans Go is produced by Warner Animation. Although they did have that crossover episode with Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Which I suppose might be labeled a co-production.
Also, what the fuck? There's a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs series.
Yeah, I don't even know why.
The series is a prequel featuring the high school years of Flint Lockwood, the eccentric young scientist in the films. Really?
Why do we don't need to know what his high school life was like. We don't need.
The show is notable for having a retcon of the events of the first movie. In the movie, Flint and Sam met in their adulthood, whereas in the TV show, they met in high school.
Okay, I want to bring up something from Hot Diggity Demon, Max Gilardi. In his Powerpuff Girls episode, he brings up one of the big issues with the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Mm-hmm.
specifically saying, why would you want to push the part of a superhero's life where they're not being a superhero when undoubtedly the most interesting part of a superhero is that they're superheroes? Kids don't want to come home from school to watch kids go to school. Kids don't want to watch.
You say that, but some of us watched K-On! In high school, so.
True. It's like kids don't want to come home and watch real life. I get enough real life in the mirror every morning. And you want to know what? It's sad, it's boring, and sad.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the thing. High school, that's a different thing. It's like, at high school, you kind of want that sort of, you kind of want to watch shows that speak to you on a personal level.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you just want to come home and watch people get hit in the head with pans and shit.
Yeah. You know, stuff every second.
Kids aren't looking for, kids don't look for relatable material. I know I didn't when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So this entire push of wanting to make kids material speak to the young crowd and stuff like that, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
And between Powerpuff Girls and Teen Titan, between Powerpuff Girls, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and to a lesser extent Teen Titans Go, it's just taking material that is way more interesting when we're not focusing on everyday life and just putting them into everyday life situations. And that's not interesting, new, or fun. It's just boring.
Yeah.
Because we don't watch that shit for that.
Yeah.
We don't watch Teen Titans Go to watch friggin'... Look, Teen Titans Go does have its moments.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend like Teen Titans Go is a complete crapshoot, but it has a lot of bad parts.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I feel like, as someone who likes it somewhat, I really don't like that they ran it into the ground, because I feel like that did nothing to help its reputation.
It really didn't. That's probably the big reason why Cartoon Network just ran Teen Titans Go completely into the ground. And they're continuing to run it into the ground.
Yeah.
And you know what? Cartoon Network's general broadcasting ratings are slipping a lot because of the constant overexposure to these handful of shows.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm quiet. I'm trying to fix this fucking Discord issue where my avatars aren't showing up.
Look, the premieres do well.
Yeah.
The premieres do great, but the rerun material is suffering due to the fact that it's just the same shit over and over. People don't want the same shit over and over. Give viewers variety. People don't tune in. This is a big issue with Nickelodeon too, because they...
Oh, you mean the SpongeBob channel?
Yeah, the SpongeBob channel.
Yeah.
Formerly the SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents channel, but it's mostly the SpongeBob channel now.
Yeah.
Hell, look, even Nickelodeon is not as bad as this shit, is not as bad with this shit as Cartoon Network currently is.
Yeah. That's bad.
That is very bad.
Very, very bad. There's not enough
you know
variance
what?
to explain.
And do you know what? Their friggin' rerun channel, Nicktoons Network, has variety. It has new shit. And you know what? Main Nickelodeon still has Power Rangers.
For now.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that Saban's probably... I kind of get the feeling like Saban's getting pissed off with Nickelodeon's treatment of Power Rangers, and they're probably going to try to break off their... they're probably going to try to break off their contract with Nickelodeon and go with like Netflix or something, because whenever a new season finishes, or we get like half of a season finished, it goes straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
Like they did that
Where
for...
presumably it does better.
What?
Where presumably it does much better.
I presume. I mean, I certainly didn't watch it on TV.
I would presume. I'd make a pre out of ooh and me.
But yeah, that's pretty much my whole rant there. Just give viewers variety, people. Miller, please give your give the Cartoon Network viewers variety. We don't want to see friggin' Teen Titans Go 24/7.
And it's sad because they have it and they're not doing it. You
Yeah.
know, like they like the guy even pointed out, like as soon as regular show ended, they just stopped showing it altogether.
Yep, it's like regular show the movie, which is aired once at the end of the 1,000,000th marathon of Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. Regular show the
Yeah.
movie aired and it's like, but gone. Bye.
Yeah. It's a sad state of affairs.
It's absolute
Are you eating
nonsense.
gelato?
No, it's beans.
Are you eating? You're eating beans.
Yeah.
You come on my show and eat beans?
It's like, hey man, Bush's is the shit.
Anyway, that was that topic. You want to watch the original videos that we discussed? You can check those out in the description below.
Yeah, Lux
And,
says, in 5 years, the only cartoon/kids channel there will be at this rate is Disney until new channels salvage the remains of Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Seriously, Disney is the only channel that's actually got their shit straight.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is it that Disney,
Yeah.
previously a freaking wasteland for cartoons, is suddenly doing better than the other two bigger networks? What
Yeah,
in the
it's
hell?
yeah, it's a weird bizarro world we're living in.
I don't even know what timeline we're in now.
I love Anubis. In 5 years, only 8 kids total will be watching TV at all.
It's not wrong. I mean, streaming is becoming a larger part of the equation, so yeah.
Yeah, that's not an excuse to not run your channel, though.
Exactly. Like, don't just give up just because streaming's the way to go. Like, try to keep your audience as long as possible. Give a shit.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm done.
All right, so we'll be back after the break.
All right. Gonna mute this time.
Well, that's okay. I didn't want to hear your stupid voice anyway.
I'll be right back. I need water.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to hear your stupid, dry, crackling voice anyway. Baby, don't leave me. All right, I'm gonna get some drink. See you guys in a moment. Ow. His head's like a hand.
I have returned. I have returned. Zeke. He left, didn't he?
Hey, love me.
Step on you later.
demand your love and attention.
What's up, city of New Orleans?
Oh, hey, you're back.
You know it. Kids go to Redbox. That's a good joke, Elena. I'm gonna call her an idiot.
No. Oh, you already did. You just did.
No, we're doing. If you want to see what I just typed, you can join our Discord server with the link below. Just a reminder.
With your parents' permission, go to Redbox.
That sounds an awful lot like a porno site. Isn't Redbox the name of that porno site?
Fairly certain that's Red Tube. I like how the Wikipedia description for Teen Titans Go says, gives a sneak peek into what the Titans do when hanging around the tower. I'm like, it has 4 seasons. That's a little more than a sneak peek. At this point, I've seen more of their lives hanging around the tower than I have their lives outside the tower. It could charitably be called a documentary now.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush. Half of Teen Titans Go is basically Meet the Kardashian Superhero Edition.
Here we see the wild beast boy in his natural habitat.
I swear they did. I swear they've done that joke.
You're fucking kidding me.
I swear they have.
You gotta be kidding me. They have.
I bet.
There are some true facts about the Beast Boy.
Remember there was that one episode where Beast Boy refused to get out of ape form, and he kept beating up Robin to show dominance to be the alpha male.
Did you call Robin ramen?
Sorry, it's his weeb phase. Remember that episode where he trained up the mountainside and he had to take off all his clothes and he's like, the mask stays. And I'm like, ooh, chills.
Yeah.
You know, Robbins, I think the mask is pretty cool too. You ready?
Hold on.
Fine. That's cool. I'll just sit here.
All right.
All right.
I was going to bring up the CG reboot of Inspector Gadget. Anyway, we're going back to our show. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready when you are.
All right. Returning to the show in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Baka Gaijin show. Starring me, Mr. Gaijin, and my assistant, Baka. Tell me, Baka, what are we discussing on this beautiful third segment?
Well, stop calling me that for one.
Well, Professor Gaijin, I...
Thank you, Baka.
So a while ago, we talked about recommending anime to each other and then discussing it on the show. And today, Kevin has finally watched something I told him to watch.
Yes, I did.
What? Inconceivable!
Gee, it's like I never do that.
It's like,
Actually never do
we
that.
planned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I specifically watched all of Excel World.
Whoa.
Took a bit longer than I wanted, but I did.
Yep.
Like I
So how was
planned
that,
on watching it over like
Mr. Kevin person?
I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good show. Problem areas that I have with it, and a couple spots that I do want to like talk about in depth. But
Right.
generally speaking, I thought it was a really good show. One thing I really like about it is, interestingly, the main character, Haruyuki.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people like, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't a lot of people like dislike Haruyuki due to the fact that he's this short, fat, geeky kid?
Yep.
Like, why is that a turnoff? It's like,
Well, if I had to guess, I think it's because the usual light novel audience finds him hard to self-insert into, which I find really odd because they're probably all small fat geeks themselves. But whatever. I think it's just because he doesn't give them that fantasy the way Kirito does. So
I suppose so. I mean, same author, so you think it has like a similar angle, but it really doesn't.
no.
I actually really like how relatable Haruyuki is in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I really like Haruyuki. I wrote a fucking college thesis about him.
Did you? Oh, right, you did, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah, and I got an A on that.
Neat.
I'll see if I can find it. Actually, it's probably on my Google Drive somewhere.
Like, I'm fairly certain your teacher didn't know what the fuck Excel World was, but you know.
I just had to review something. I'm like, okay.
And you just kind of went over Haruyuki and how his character was like A+.
Yeah. Hold on. You keep talking about your thoughts. I'm just scrolling through my thing.
Something else I really liked about the series was the way that the show goes about its characters' individual game avatars and abilities. Every single character's game avatar and their abilities with that avatar are based entirely around their own personal scars and the things that sort of personally drive them on a subconscious level. I kind of got a bit of a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure feeling from that one, because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in case of the stands, mostly from part 4 onward, the stands are sort of a reflection of yourself internally. Good example of that is, you are not going to have any fucking idea what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
But it is a good example, so I'm going to bring it up. Good example is like Echoes from part 4, specifically Echoes Act 3. See, Echoes, the stand, has 3 different quote-unquote acts. They're different forms that it has, and each one has a different ability. It starts off relatively small and meek, with an ability that isn't particularly strong, but it does come in handy in smaller, more understated ways. Compare that to Act 3, which actually has a personality. Act 3 is like the only stand in the entire series that I'm aware of. Okay, no. There are plenty of stands in Part 3 that have their own personalities. But it's the only stand in Part 4 that has its own personality, because it is a sly-talking, foul-mouthed sort of gangster kid.
Yeah.
The best.
Which is kind of Koichi when you push him too far, because I kind of get the feeling Act 3 is speaking for Koichi in ways that Koichi wouldn't normally speak. Like, Koichi gets really pissed off at, like, a receptionist at a hospital, and he just kind of walks away all pissed and summons Act 3, and Act 3 just goes, "Okay, master, let's kill the hoe, bitch!" And I kind of get a little bit of that sort of reflection of your internal self thing from the Brainburst avatars.
Yeah.
Such as Haruyuki's wings being an effect of him wanting to escape his troubled life. Yeah, trying to escape his troubled life. Similarly, it's revealed very late into the series that Takumu's ability, his pile driver, is an effect of his bullying in the kendo club when he was younger.
Yeah.
And I just found that way of expressing the characters' personalities through their powers.
That thing where Black Lotus has doesn't really have hands; she just has blades because she can't hold anyone or something along those lines.
Yeah, something like that. I just found the Brainburst avatars as being a very unique way to express the characters' internal struggles, as well as give a reflection into their backstory through their abilities. Like, I thought that was very fascinating, and I thought it was very well done.
The one I always like to bring up is Chiori's can rewind. Doesn't actually heal; it rewinds time because she's obsessed with how things used to be.
That was really great. Like when she revealed that she could rewind time in the final episode, I was like, that is brilliant.
Yeah, because you're led to believe it's just normal healing powers, which are rare but not unheard of in Brainburst. But then you realize she's actually rewinding damage.
Yeah, you kind of think it's like, okay, she heals people because she wants to keep her friends safe or something, I guess. Like, you kind of get a little bit of that feeling about it.
It's actually a lot more nuanced than that.
Yeah, she's obsessed with how things used to be, so she's able to rewind the status of people back to a previous point, and back to a previous state, and she uses it to rewind the state of both Haru and what's the other guy's name?
Not Nomi. Yeah, I think it's
Nomi.
Nomi.
Dusk Taker. Dusk Taker. Yeah, she uses her abilities to rewind the state of both Silver Crow and Dusk Taker to the point from before Dusk Taker took Silver Crow's wings.
Yeah. And even Dusk Taker's form is based off of his own life being bullied and stolen from his brother.
That's something I was actually very concerned about with Dusk Taker, because Dusk Taker is still very firmly a villainous character, and it's the sort of character who is irredeemable. Yeah. But at the same time, he's not a one-note character, and this is why I realized how much I loved the Brainburst avatars, because he revealed his own he revealed his own abilities, like why he has the abilities he has, due to the fact that his brother was using him as.
And what I really like about Nomi is that he completes, like, you may have noticed the series is kind of obsessed with the concept of bullying.
It is.
And what I really like about Nomi is that he's the anti-Haruyuki. If Haruyuki breaks the cycle, if he flies free from his troubles, then Nomi is repeating the cycle. And this is really clear because he's defeated the exact same way he defeated his own brother. Betrayed by someone he thought was under his control and stripped of everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, like, Excel World is a show that takes... It took a plot point that I find absolute... Like, I just can't stand it. Like, a character that exists only to cause conflict within the main trio or whatever, and cause them to infight and whatever. It's like, it took that concept and actually made it understandable and compelling in its own way over time.
Yeah.
Because the initial beats of it kind of felt to me, it's like, okay, this guy's just a one-note character. He's going to be beaten in a couple of episodes, and it's like, oh, Haruyuki's fighting with Taku, and he's losing control for some fucking reason. It's like, I don't even know why he's doing that. It's like, it felt to me, for at least the first episode of that arc, or at the very least for an entire episode of that arc, that I was going to go down that route, but it took its time. I will commend Excel World in that it took its time to really flesh out why certain characters were doing the things that they do with a logical reasoning.
Yeah.
Like why Haruyuki spoke to Taku about, it's like, you're just trying to take Kuriyuki Hime away from me, isn't that right? They came up with a reason for him to actually have done that later on.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember what it was, but there was a reasoning for it, and it made sense in context.
Yeah.
And they made a good reason why Chiyu was they made a very good reason why Chiyu was sort of quote unquote betraying her friends and continuing to work with Nomi.
Yeah.
She was trying to increase her level so that Citron Call would become more powerful and she could get Haruyuki his wings back.
Right.
Like, this show, like, that entire arc was very well done. Like, I will applaud the show for that final arc.
Yeah. And I
because it took a style of storytelling that I hate and made me love it.
Yeah. Well, it's also, I think it's less jarring than other examples, because even in the first half of the show, this central group already had friction and they already had problems.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have more problems that are exacerbated by a villain wasn't that big of a stretch to me.
Yeah, that is true.
The first half of the show deals with Haruyuki distancing himself from his friends because he doesn't want their pity, and Takumu being jealous of Haruyuki for things that Haruyuki doesn't even believe about himself.
Yeah,
which I think is like, because Haruyuki has such low self-esteem that he can't conceive that someone he looks up to could be jealous of him. And I think like a lot of friendships go that way. So
yeah.
that alone is more, that right there alone in that first like 5-6 episodes is more interpersonal drama and development in like those 5 or 6 episodes than I'm Sorry Sword Art Online had in its entire run.
Yeah, I cannot deny that one. Yeah. Like this show does a really good job of getting you to understand the interpersonal relationships of the main characters.
Yeah.
Like, and the way that they add in other characters to sort of expand upon each character's individual problems. Like, my favorite character in this show is Unico, the Red King.
Yeah.
She is so much fun. Watching her and, like, honestly, watching her and Kuriyuki Hime just go at it for an episode was hilarious. Yeah. But she, God,
I love their I love their dynamic because they're like old guildmates, but like unlike real life, they because of how the time acceleration works, they have actual decades of history and like old past grudges with each other and stuff.
You told me while I was actually watching that episode, and the entire rest of the show, I was just kind of looking at how the different brain burst users, particularly the kings, sort of interacted between each other, and I was like, yeah, I do definitely get the feeling that these characters have had a long history with each other, and
Yeah.
it's like their infighting is justified to a degree.
Yeah, and that's why that's another thing because early on everyone's like, well, why is this girl interested in this fat kid? I'm like, well, Kuriyuki Hime mentally is like hundreds of years old mentally. Like she's gone beyond the point of appreciating someone for their physical nature and more for who they actually are, which is why she's so like immediately intrigued by Haruyuki. And that's the other thing I love because this show really exemplifies something that Anubis says a lot, which is that gaming, especially competitive gaming, is a meritology. What the fuck is that word? Meritocracy.
Yeah,
You're only as good as you are, and like that's something I really love about the brain burst users is that nobody gives a shit what you look like or what you do in the real world. It's all about how good you are in the game.
exactly.
And so, even though Haruyuki is this fat, meek loser in real life, because he kicks ass as Silver Crow, that's what people say. Because even when other Brain Burst users see him in real life that didn't know him before, nobody calls him Haruyuki Arita. They call him Silver Crow because he's not Haruyuki Arita to them. He's Silver Crow.
Yeah, it kind of expands into God. What's that girl? What's the brain burst name of that woman who helps him get his wings back?
Oh, I know her name is Fuko, but I forget what her actual brain burst avatar name
let's
was.
just go with Fuko. I like that she actually calls him by his brain burst avatar name, but in Japanese, Karasa-san.
Oh, yeah.
Like I really like that one.
Yeah.
And we're speaking about the brain burst avatar. I kind of thought back to Unico a little bit, and her avatar kind of represents her character a little bit too, because her main avatar is a small character who is probably very easy to beat in her own way, but she closes herself off inside of a big gargantuan
Artillery cannon.
It's like an armored fortress. And it kind of feels like she's closing herself off from everybody else just because she's afraid to get hurt. And all of that artillery around her is a way to push everything back. Because you see that reflected in her relationship with Haruyuki during that initial arc with her.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell that she really does need help, but she's trying to push Haruyuki away despite his efforts to try and help her because he cares so much.
Right.
And her softer side comes out at the very end of that arc when she gives him some cookies, and and she gets a little bit tsundere there, and I thought that was like a really good way of tying her very subtly tying her brain burst avatar into her main personality. I thought that was really good.
Yeah. Also, just on the technical side, I really like they didn't go CG with this.
Oh, absolutely. I think the show would have looked terrible in CG.
Yeah. This is Sunrise Mecha, semi-mecha stuff at their finest.
Something I actually really like about the show's visual style, in regards to like brain burst and how characters' abilities and stuff are based on their colors and shit, is that due to the fact that the show puts so much onto different characters being represented by different colors and the purity of those colors, it makes it very easy for the show to visually differentiate on screen as to which characters are fighting who. So even though a lot of shit might be going on at any given point in time during an episode, you don't have a problem you don't have a problem keeping an eye on things, because the characters have been given such distinct colors and distinct designs.
Yeah.
that's something that can be a really big issue with shows that have very mechanical looking designs. And
Mhm.
I thought Excel World did a really good job of circumventing that issue.
Yeah. I also, again, more technical stuff before we get back to the plot beats, I guess, is that I really like the music.
Oh, the music's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like the openings, like the second opening is phenomenal.
So tell me where you want to go, Excel World.
It's so good.
Yeah, I like both of them. I like the first ending more than the second, but they're both fine. I really like just the background music in it. Some of the music in the show is actually done by Onoken, this like Korean trance band, which is really, yeah.
I did hear a little bit of like trance music at a few points. Yeah,
I really like the.
it's largely during the like the low points of battles, like when characters are talking, when characters are just kind of talking to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they get those naked cockpit views.
That's fun.
Yeah. No, yeah, I just like the audio and visual aesthetic of the show, and I feel like there's not a lot of anime that do this sort of vibe.
Yeah. It definitely goes more for the video game aesthetic than a lot of other shows that I think that try to go for it. Or at the very least, it goes for it in a way that isn't intrusive.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually weaved into aspects of the everyday lives of the characters due to the fact that they have the neurolinkers.
Yeah.
And every time you see something from their point of view, you see a UI.
Yeah, they got an augmented reality field.
Yeah. Also, I really liked the little Sword Art Online reference they had later on when Haruyuki was trying to figure out why Nomi wasn't showing up on the
school registry list.
On the matching list.
Oh, yeah.
Like he actually brought up the helmet from Sword Art Online.
The nerve gear.
Yeah, the nerve gear, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. It's supposed to be the same universe, just like 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
And that, because Nomi's actually using the now illegal brain chip that came in between those two devices.
Yeah, I just thought it was really fun that they added a little bit of a nod to Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I also really like that the world with these neurolinkers, especially in the novels, the neurolinkers and how they've affected society with this augmented reality and the dangers that can come with that are also explored. Like, without the you can't not use a neurolinker because it controls everything. It controls your bank account, your schoolwork, even his front door. If you notice, his door doesn't have a lock on it. Like, you have to unlock it with the augmented reality. If he doesn't have his nerve gear, he can't even get inside his own house.
Yeah.
And there's that part where he's trying to hide, and his mom's trying to give him lunch money, and she's like, "Turn on your Neuralinker. I can't fucking donate," and whatever. He's like, "Oh, right."
Yeah, I was actually about to bring that part up because I thought that was a really neat. I thought that was a really neat little reason for him to turn his Neuralinker back on.
Yeah, and then
it's very minor, and it's something that you do every day, so you wouldn't think twice about it. It's like, oh, right, need to turn this on for the money, right? Thanks, Mom.
And then when Nomi hacks in and switches the bathroom signs.
Yeah, messing with the visual data. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't remember if it was in the anime, but it was definitely in the novels where Haruyuki's like, if he had decided to swap traffic lights, I could have died.
Yeah, he didn't say that in the anime, but that is true. That is true.
And the whole reason the brain chip was made illegal was because you can't, unlike a Neuralinker, you can't take it off. So whatever hacking is going on is just there. Whereas with a Neuralinker, a lot of the there's that thing with cabling with someone is this act of intimacy, and early on
direct link.
Yeah, direct link. A lot is made of how intimate you are based on your cable length.
I thought that was pretty fun too.
Yeah, but
it kind of toyed with a little bit of the. I feel the whole length of the cable thing kind of toyed with the with sort of the trust issues and the feeling of inadequacy that Haruyuki and Takamu have going on. Like,
Yeah.
like they kind of have a thing going on between them. It's like I always kind of felt throughout the series that Takamu felt that Haruyuki was trying to take Chiyuri away from him or something,
Yeah.
or that like this is part of the reason why I feel the thing with Haruyuki snapping back at Takamu worked later is because I feel that it was a good way of addressing, like it did a good job of addressing his own insecurities.
Yeah. And I like going back to the Neurolinker point. I like that when it's discovered that Taku has this backdoor camera program in Chiyuri's Neurolinker. That's like treated as like this major breach of privacy.
Yeah.
And like when I think at one point Nomi direct links with her, and it's like it has like this weird rapey undertone to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, and I was like, oh, that's uncomfortable.
Oh, I just looked at that. I'm like, oh, that's classic Kawahara.
Kawahara can't go one show without those rape overtones.
Well, I don't know. Like some people mock him for it, but I think it's just a really easy way to get you to hate a villain is to give them that kind of rapey undertone.
It is understandable. At the very least, I feel it's better executed in Excel World than it is in like Sword Art Online.
Well, the
Because
problem with Sword Art Online is he tried to do that with Oberon the Fairy King, and it just didn't. You know, there's something about watching a grown fairy man doing that that's a little sillier than just some middle school kid.
Yeah, like you need to a degree. I'm not sure if this is the right word, but you need to humanize it a little bit. You need to make it understandable for the audience from a human level.
Yeah, well, because it's just more contextualized. It's just more like with Nomi. Like there's reasons he's doing that beyond just doing it to do it. With fucking I forget his actual name, Oberon the Fairy King. It's just he's doing it because he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
you know. Whereas with Nomi, he's doing it because he's Nomi and he has other reasons. You know. Yeah. And the crux of my thesis was all about how the neurolinkers and brain bursts in general play on the themes of escapism and stuff. And something that the anime does that the novels don't really do until later is this idea of like being part of brain burst is sort of like an addiction for these kids.
I didn't quite get that undertone.
I mean, like it's kind of there in sort of the fear of losing your acceleration power and the fear of losing your last burst points.
Okay, that's incredibly subtle.
Yeah, well, I don't know. People have seen it, but it's like I especially love the scene when Nomi is defeated and he's just begging.
Oh my god! Yeah, don't take away my brain burst, please.
Yeah,
this is all that I have.
Yeah,
it's like I'll give you points. I'll give you all of my points. Please don't take my brain burst away.
Yeah. Everything I watched the dub, by the way.
No, I watched it subbed. For the record, the subs on Hulu aren't very good.
Oh,
like there are quite a few like there are quite a few typos. There are some issues with translation. This translator really likes translating "Oh Baka Yaro" as jackass.
Yeah,
but like he just really likes translating that as jackass.
I don't know what the official subs are like. The dub's really good though.
I can't say that the subtitles are necessarily bad, but they're not great.
Yeah,
they're serviceable.
Yeah, I like the dub though. It's got Eric Kimmerer as Haruyuki, and I love Eric Kimmerer.
Oh, I need to watch the dub then.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say because I really like Nomi's breakdown in English. It's Amanda Celine Miller, and it's great.
Oh damn, that sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that scene.
I get the feeling like Amanda Celine Miller does a really good job with the slightly unhinged types.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it, and
It's a really good show. I have not seen the movie.
neither have I, but it's like the movie's dumb. It's mostly recap, and then it's like a side story that takes place parallel to like volume 19 or whatever. So fuck it.
And I also have not seen what are they, like 2 OVA episodes?
Yeah, I haven't seen those either. They were packaged with various video games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen them either, and I don't think they're based on any light novel material. So whatever.
Yeah, I might check those out. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's more like a curiosity to me.
I have gone.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have the first 4 novels, which is what the anime adapts. I've read a little bit of volumes 5 and 6 when they were fan translated. I haven't seen the actual translations yet because books are expensive. I'll get to it one day though.
Yeah. With God, where was I going to go with that one? I'm hoping they do more. I'm hoping they adapt more of the novels in future anime adaptations. But considering it's been a few years, I kind of doubt it.
Well, we all know what to blame. Looking at you. you know what you are. I don't want to name any names, but it rhymes with Dove Dive.
But I do hope they eventually. I don't know if Full Metal Panic can get a new season, friggin' 13 years or something or odd. Friggin' 13 years after its last season.
I'm just saying, if Sunrise gives fucking Tiger and Bunny another season, and I like Tiger and Bunny, but if they give Tiger and Bunny another season over this, I'm gonna flip a fucking table. Because this needs more. Tiger and Bunny was good as it was.
Yeah. I really do want to see more of course I could just read the books, but I want to see it. I really like the visual aesthetic of this show. I think that adds a lot to the story. Being able to see this shit.
His editor wants to do it. The guys at Sunrise want to do it. Somebody fucking make it happen.
Please.
I'm hoping stuff like Code Geass R3. I hope they're breaking away from just doing nothing but Love Live.
Hopefully.
Yeah, the problem is
again,
a different team at Sunrise, whereas I believe the team that did Excel World and the team that does Love Live now is Team 7 or Team 8, and the team that did Excel World did Love Live right after it, and that's all they've been doing since.
Cash cow.
Look at all the money. Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm not sure what I'm going to go for next. I'm thinking Death Note, probably because you finished your rewatch of it recently.
Yeah.
And it's better to go over things that we've watched recently.
Yeah.
Also, my throat's starting to hurt from talking so damn much.
Yeah, well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Death Note is on Netflix. It has the dub there, the legendary dub that I really love.
Yeah. Here's the thing with dubs. I came to you while I was in the middle of watching Excel World about a week or two ago, and I brought up to you and I were talking about the upcoming Netflix movie, and I just kind of brought up to you. It's by the way, is the Death Note dub really that good? Because here's the thing. The Death Note dub came out in what, 07?
Something like that.
07, 08? Around that time was kind of an odd point for English dubs, because that's the point where a lot of English dubs were starting to get really good, but there was still plenty of shit.
Let me tell you something. It's an ocean dub, and it's fantastic, and I don't know how it happened, but they just got all the right people and all the right script people and all the right voice directors, and it just works.
Yeah.
It's one of the most natural sounding dubs I've ever heard.
It's also, here's the thing. The reason why I brought it up to you is because I have an issue. I love dubs. If I can watch a show in my native language.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure the dub of Excel World is on Hulu.
Well, I just wanted to watch it subbed. With Excel World, it's I just wanted to watch that one subbed.
All right.
In most cases, if I have the chance to watch a show in my native language, and it's a reasonable adaptation of the original material. Like it's accurate to the intent of the original, and it doesn't like omit needless things or add in like nonsense subtext or anything like that.
Oh my god, I'm just scrolling through potential thumbnails. I'm like, did we not mention Ash Roller? The fuck?
Fucking Ash Roller.
Oh,
I love Ash Roller because he's played by Ben Diskin in the dub, and it's amazing.
You're fucking kid. Oh god, I really need to watch the dub now. Ben
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? You missed crazy
Diskin plays
biker
Ghost
Ben
Rider.
Diskin.
Awesome.
You missed crazy biker Ben Diskin. What the fuck?
Ash Roller is basically an insane Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Ash Roller. He's got some like
good.
He's most like in the anime. He's mostly a fun side character, but there's a little bit more about him in the novels. It's a lot of fun.
He is instrumental in introducing Haruyuki to Fuko, though.
Yeah. You wouldn't know it by looking at him because I guess Ash is technically a Green Legion color.
A very, very dull Green Legion, I suppose.
Yeah, this series plays hard and fast with its color rules.
You'd think it's more Black Legion.
Yeah. I guess.
But
then
no,
again, the Black Legion nowadays is accepting members of all colors, so
it's a good point.
Which is kind of appropriate because black is what you get when you mix all colors together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not sure if that's intentional or accidental.
I really don't know.
Could be either or at this point, really. Like, it's just not something that's brought up.
Anyway. Of that tangent.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna start up on Death Note.
Yeah.
I'm thinking probably Death Note first, like kind of ease myself into Shinsekai Yori.
Yeah. All right.
Because I'm going from Excel World, which is it's a shonen action series. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm going from Excel World, which is shonen action, to Death Note, which is like shonen / psychological / crime drama.
Yeah.
To Shinsekai Yori, which I have no idea what the fuck that is.
It's something, all right.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Death Note first because that one's just the more. It's not just throwing myself into the deep end.
Yeah.
And hey, if I can watch the Death Note TV series and then watch the movie, then maybe we can have an episode on like the differences between them. I don't know.
Yeah. By the time you finish, the movie might actually be out. Actually.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that. Anyway,
should be fun.
So, yeah. So that's on the docket, and also on the docket, new Novelty Hour episodes are coming relatively soon. So look forward to that if you're into that.
Yeah.
You should be into that. If you like what you've heard here today, you can click that subscribe button. Comment below if you want. Like the video. Join our Discord server down below. All manner of things like that. And for things slightly outside the Baka Gaijin realm of the Baka Gaijin expanded cinematic universe, Kevin, where can they find you?
Well, I am on the Discord a lot, so if you don't want to talk to me very easily, I'm there. I'm also on Twitter a lot, so if you're not interested in the Discord, you can just go to Twitter at @CCharmanderK. I also have a Tumblr, but I just mostly reblog dumb shit there at @CCharmanderK.
Yeah. I mostly reblog the same shit, so if you follow either one of us, here's the thing. Follow him on Tumblr if you want the dumb shit. Follow me on Tumblr if you want that same dumb shit mixed with some additional dumb shit he'll later reblog, but also the intense risk that you might get spoiled on Danganronpa. So, one of those.
It's either or.
Pick your poison.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
You can also find me on both Otaku Midnight and on Otaku Midnight Gaming, which is still on hiatus. I apologize.
Yeah.
We're having problems.
You can find me on the Discord server.
Mostly that it's hot and sweaty.
You can find me on the same Discord server down below. You can find me on this YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter, though I'm not really doing much there anymore.
Yeah, he mostly just retweets shit from me. In fact, that's all he does.
More or less.
Everything he retweets is just from me. Don't think I haven't noticed.
Hey, I follow KNN, the Kevin News Network. You know? I'm like your grandma that only reposts like Fox News articles or whatever.
Yeah, except that my dumb shit and Fox News' dumb shit is like completely different, and mine's better.
My dumb shit is better than your dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check me out there. You can also find me on places like PlayStation Network and Fiction Press if you want to read my original stuff. You can also, if you've been spoiled on V3 already, you can also find my V3 fan fiction on Archive of Our Own. I'm actually on AO3 now. Weird. Yeah. I'm also starting a Danganronpa themed blog on Amino. But I don't really have anything posted except reposted fanfics at the moment. But I'm working on some analysis posts and stuff. So that's interesting. Zeke Freak on Amino. I have like randomly like 70 followers already, and I have no idea why. I guess that community must be really tight knit because you do anything on Amino and all of a sudden you have 70 followers.
Neat.
Anyway.
Guess people really like your Danganronpa thoughts.
All right. So guess people really like the fact that I hate all of them.
Hey, better than the Tumblr community.
Yeah.
Honestly, anything's better
than those damn dirty neutrals. With enemies, you know where they stand, Gif. But with neutrals, you just don't know.
Do you need to play Danganronpa 2 to watch Danganronpa 3?
Oh, stop giving me aneurysms. Anyway,
yes, that's how numbers work.
Anyway, that's it for this show. Tune in next time for my continued aneurysms. We'll see you next time.
And we may or may not talk about anime.
Possibly. We talked about some anime this episode. We also talked about Cartoon Network for 45 minutes, but, you know, that's just who we are.
Proportionally more anime.
Yeah. Slightly more anime than usual. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching the Baka Gaijin show. Zeke Freak out. Ciao, ciao for now.